you guys obviously addressed the defensive end position by drafting Bryan Bresee, which was an impressive. I think I like this because he can kind of swing in and out, defensive tackle, defensive end. He was kind of for Clemson that they could move him anywhere along the line. He has that strength, he has that power. Where do you guys see him playing most, defensive end or defensive tackle, Dolph?
Defensive tackle.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I would say. Tackle. Yeah.
They draft him to be a disruptive force inside. Outside, former first round pick Peyton Turner has to get healthy, stay healthy, and he has to perform this year. We got rid
Okay.
of Marcus Davenport because his snaps got taken away by Carl Grant, an undrafted free agent who has gotten better and better every year, and he graded out as the best defensive lineman against the run last year. Then in the second round, we go and we draft, and coach will tell you my draft, one of my draft crush, Isaiah Foskey from Notre Dame. We still have Tano Passionio, and of course we got the great future Hall of Famer Cam Jordan who can still ball. And then we made some like I say, not we made some signings that were solid signings, but they weren't the splash signings that make everybody stand up and say, "Ooh." Former Kansas City defensive tackle Colin Saunders. That was a great get. Once we signed him, and you had Kansas City fans coming in saying, "Hey, that was a great signing that you guys got. We're going to miss him. You guys are going to love him." Then we go and we sign Nathan Shepard from the Jets. Nathan Shepard last year was one of the top interior defensive linemen in getting pressure on the quarterback. So the Saints, we lost David Onyemata. He went to Atlanta. We
Mhm.
lost him, and of course, we lost Kaden Ellis. They both went to Atlanta, as well as one of our backup tackles and Shaw Tuttle. But last year, the Saints took a step back as far as run defense. For the last 5, 6 years, the Saints were from 1 to 5, one of the top run defenses in the league. But last year, they dipped all the way down to 24. So the Saints and Dennis Allen decided to make a change. They wasted no time. Once Onyemata was out the door and Tuttle was out the door, they immediately brought in Saunders and Nathan Shepard. So they had the plan. They identified who they wanted. They went out, they got them, and they brought them in. Now we're going to see week one just how good of a decision this is because we got that monster coming in week one, Derrick Henry. He's gonna be
Ooh,
fresh.
yeah.
He's gonna be healthy, and you better believe they gonna feed him that rock. So we gonna see week one just how good that new defense interior holds up.
Yeah, and with Bresee, it's gonna be impressive because it's like the speed and the power is there. The only thing is he going to get injured? Can he hold up? And I mean, I think there's been a lot of players that have been very, very successful in the NFL that have had kind of injury concerns. My own player, Nick Bosa, in college, obviously, I think it was an oblique injury, really
Mhm.
bad for Ohio State. Came into the league, has only had really one serious injury, has been healthy for the last 2 years. So Bresee, I'm excited because you put him in a system like this where, like you said, there's a few uh, guys that can kind of take the pressure off of him. Now he gets one-on-one looks and he can win anywhere along the offensive line because of that speed and that power. And what he was able to do at Clemson was very impressive. So,
Right.
but yeah, moving on to the last topic, ceiling and the floor for this team. What are you guys can both answer this. I don't care. What's the record? Where do you guys see them kind of ending up, and what's the absolute ceiling? What's the absolute bottom that you guys can hit for this year?
Well,
Coach Rock.
Go ahead, coach.
me personally, I could see them as high as the 2 or 3 seed in the NFC.
Ooh, okay.
Because I mean, when you really look at the NFC, you say
Right.
Philadelphia, and then who's next? I mean,
Exactly.
everybody else is kind of feeling their way through this. So, I mean, when you look at that team, this team is pretty much it's a team that's been together. They've added some pieces to get better. So I would say the 2 or 3 seed possibly, and I can't. If it's rock bottom, it's got to be on. It's got to be on Dennis Allen because this team is pretty much got everything that's needed to be a contending team, man. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, there's a piece here and there that you can add, but I mean, it's one of the top teams in the NFC on both sides of the ball and special teams.